ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Namaste my dear friends. This video is for the third day reading of Sree Guru Charitra. Third day reading includes 9 chapters from chapter 22 to chapter number 29. So this video starts with chapter number 22. An old barren buffalo gives milk. Sree Guru was staying at the Sangam and used to go to Gangapur for alms. There were about 100 Brahman families in Gangapur. Amongst them, a poor Brahmin lived with his devoted wife. He had an old barren sea buffalo. Putting a rope in her nostrils, she was hired for carrying load, earth, and other articles. He lived on the petty amount of the hire thus received. One day Sree Guru came to this Brahmin at midday for alms. Other Vedic Brahmins said, "We have good delicious food at our houses." Still Sree Guru preferred to go to this poor Brahmin. They felt sorry. Sree Guru wished to do Paramarth without discretion of rich or poor. Sri Krishna went to stay with Vidur instead of King Duryodhan. He accepted simple coarse food at Vidur's house. Similarly, Sri Guru loved Sattvic persons more. Even bad fate was changed by the favor of Sri Guru. It was the month of Vaishak and so the heat of the sun was terrible. When Sri Guru came to the Brahmin's house, he had gone out. His wife bowed to Sri Guru and offered him a seat. She said, "My husband will soon return with corn. Kindly wait for a while." Sri Guru, "There is a sea buffalo at yours. Then why do you not give me milk?" Brahmani, "This sea buffalo is old and has no teeth. Moreover, she is barren from birth. So we use her for hire and have put a rope in her nostrils. We live on the petty amount of hire." Sri Guru, "You are not telling me the truth. Go and take out milk and give it to me now." When Sri Guru talked in this fashion, the woman took a pot and went to the sea buffalo and began to milk her. When 2 pots full of milk were obtained, she was surprised and believed that he was not an ordinary sannyasi, but was an incarnation of God. She boiled the milk and respectfully offered it to Sri Guru. Sri Guru was pleased and said, Lakshmi will live at yours incessantly." He then went to the Sangam. When the Brahmin returned, he learnt what had happened. He said to his wife, "Our poverty is now wiped out. Let us go to Sri Guru." They both went to the Sangam and worshipped Sri Guru with devotion. As blessed by Sri Guru, the Brahmin had a son, daughter, wealth and long life, and they lived happily. Chapter number 23. Liberation of Brahmin Rakshasas, establishment of a mutt at Gangapur. Next day, some people came to the Brahmin to take his she buffalo on hire. The Brahmin said that he would not give her as she was giving milk. He showed to the people the 2 pots of milk she was giving. She was barren till yesterday and she had never been pregnant, yet she was giving milk. All were surprised to see the miracle. The news spread all over, and chief officer of the town also came to know about it. He came to the Brahmin and asked him about the miracle. The Brahmin said this miracle has occurred due to the blessings of the sannyasi living at the Sangam. He is an incarnation of God. He came for alms at midday yesterday. As there was no corn at home, he asked to give him milk as alms. My wife told him that the sea buffalo was barren. The sannyasi was angry and he asked her to milk the buffalo in his presence. It was really wonder that the buffalo began to give milk from that time. She has become a Kamdhenu for us. Hearing this, the Gramadhipati with his wife and children and other men went to the Sangam to see the sannyasi. He bowed to him and began to praise him. Sree Guru asked him about his intention of coming there. The officer said with folded hands, instead of living in the jungle, Swami should establish a mutt and live in the town and guide us in spiritual life from time to time. I will build the mutt for you. Sri Guru thought that it was time to disclose himself to the society. He therefore agreed to the proposal. The officer seated Sri Guru in a palki palanquin with respect and took him to the Gangapur to the accompaniment of music. All the people of the town came for Guru's darshan and worshipped him. They praised him with the words, Hail, O Lord, victory to you. The Swami reached the south gate of the town. There was a peepal tree there in which a ferocious demon was living for a long time. He had been very cruel in his previous life. All houses around the tree had been destroyed. But when the demon saw Sri Guru coming in the procession, he ran towards him, bowed at his lotus feet and said, O Guru, redeem me. Your darshan has destroyed all my bad qualities. Guru said, go to the Sangam immediately, take a bath in it, then your sin will be washed away and you will get liberation. The demon then took a bath in the Sangam, returned and bowed at Guru's feet. Sri Guru placed his hand on the demon's head and blessed him. Thereupon the demon changed into a human being and was liberated from his curse. During Sri Guru's Samran, he left the place. All those who saw this incident said, O Guru, you are not a mortal being. You are a manifestation of Dattatreya himself. Victory to you, O Sri Guru Deva Datta. As promised, the Gramadhipati built a mutt for Sri Guru and worshipped him every day with devotion. Sri Guru went to the Sangam every day for Anushthan. The Gramadhipati took him there in a palanquin and went with him. Thus Guru's fame spread far and wide, and with the touch of his lotus feet, Gangapur became a Punya Aksetra, a holy place of pilgrimage. Chapter number 24. Trivikram Bharati sees Vishwarup of Sri Guru. Kumasi is a village near Gangapur. Here lived Trivikram Bharati who had studied three Vedas. He was a devotee of Sri Narhari. Hearing the name of Sri Guru, he said, such kind of high living does not become a sannyasi. He criticized Sri Guru in this way. Sri Guru asked Gramadhipati to arrange for going to Kumasi. Elephant, horses, peasantry and musicians were gathered. Sri Guru was seated in a palki and a grand procession started towards Kumasi. As usual, Trivikram was worshipping Narhari in his mind, but he could not see the shrine of Narhari in meditation. He saw all the persons were sannyasis with sticks in hand and having the appearance of Sri Narhari. He was amazed. He fell flat before the procession, praying, "You are Trimurti, God, Guru of the universe. I could not know you due to my ignorance. Kindly disclose yourself in your real form. You are all pervading Narsimha Saraswati. I see here that all are yatis having the same appearance. I cannot recognize you and bow to you. I have committed many sins, but I have been doing you Manas Puja daily. It seems that it is bearing fruit today, and I have the pleasure to see thyself. You have descended for the liberation of the ignorant persons like us. So kindly show me your real hallowed form. Being praised by Trivikram in this way, Sri Guru appeared before him in his real form in the procession. Sri Guru said to him, "You have been criticizing me and have called me a pretender. Just tell me who is a pretender." Trivikram said, "Kindly pardon me. Wipe off my ignorance. I am sinking in the sea of ignorance. Give me a lift in the boat of knowledge and take me with you." Sri Krishna showed Viswarupa to Arjuna. Similarly, you have favored me by showing your universal form. O Guru of the universe, your greatness cannot be fully described by people like me. Sri Guru, you have known the Paramartha, you will not have any birth hereafter. Blessing Trivikram, Sri Guru returned back to Ganakpur. Chapter number 25. Impudent Brahmin's vanity. There was a cruel Muslim king in Vidura. He used to call the Brahmins, ask them to recite Vedas and explain their meaning. He would then give money to such Brahmins. He would say that if Brahmins kill animals in sacrifices, then why should they blame us for killing animals? One day, two Brahmins, knowing three Vedas, came to the king and said to him, "If there are any learned Brahmins in your city, call them to discuss with us on all the four Vedas." The king inquired, but no learned Brahmin came forward to discuss with these Brahmins. They decided to visit other places in the country and discuss Vedas with Brahmins and obtain victory certificates from them. In course of time, they came to Kumasi and invited Trivikram Bharati for discussion or else demanded a certificate for victory. Trivikram Bharati humbly declined to discuss, but due to their persistence, he said, "My Gurudev resides at Ganagpur. Let us go there. You will be given certificate if necessary." Trivikram Bharati and two Brahmins came to Ganagpur. Trivikram bowed to Sri Guru and told him why those Brahmins had come there. Sri Guru asked the Brahmins, "Why do you want to discuss? We, being sannyasis, do not give any importance to victory or defeat. What will you gain by such discussion?" The Brahmins said, "We have roamed all over the country and have won victory everywhere. Here we have several certificates of victory. Hence, you and Trivikram can both discuss with us." Sri Guru, vanity results in destruction. What was Bali's fate? What did Banasur gain? Ravana and Kauravas have also perished. Even Brahma and others do not know all the Vedas, so think over again and give up the idea of discussion. Still, he impudent Brahmins insisted to have a discussion. Chapter 26. Vedas analyzed. Sree Guru said, even rishis had to take great pains to learn Vedas. In Kali Yuga, the span of life being short, it is impossible to learn all the Vedas completely. Bhardwaja asked Brahmdev to teach him the Vedas. Brahmdev showed him 3 heaps of Vedas which appeared as huge as hills. Bhardwaj was stunned to see them. He then requested Brahmadev to give as much of the Vedas as he could learn. Brahmadev gave him 3 handfuls of Vedas. He could not study even these. Mantras of the 3 Vedas were separated, which formed the 4th Veda, Atharva Veda. Vyasa, the incarnation of Sri Vishnu, taught these 4 Vedas to his 4 disciples. He narrated Rig Veda to Pale. It was tall and of a prominent neck. It had a sharp sight and was as bright as the sun. Its Gotra was Atri, its god Brahma, its Chand meter Gayatri and Upadeva Ayurveda. It has 5 parts and 6 Brahmins and Arans. Vyasa narrated Vasam, Vasampayana, the second disciple, Yajurveda, which is full of rituals for different sacrifices. It was 5 until tall. Its Gotra was Bhardwaj. It was thin and its Chand was Trishtab. Its god was Mahavishnu. It was also as bright as the sun and its Upadeva was Dhanurveda. It has 86 parts. Samveda is the 3rd Veda, which pleases by its music. Vyasa narrated this to Jaimini, his 3rd disciple. It is 6 ratni tall, calm and controlled. Its lips are red and has a stick in its hand. Its Gotra is Kashyap. Guru is Rudra and Chand is Jati. Its Upadeva is Gandharva. It is divided in many parts. Highly learned Vyasa narrated Samantu, his 4th disciple, the 4th Atharva Veda. Its god is Deves, Gotra is Bezan, Chanda is Savchanda, and Upveda is Ashta Sastra. It has 9 parts and 5 kalpas. No one can know all these 4 fully. Knowing only a part of the Vedas, how do you say you know all the Vedas? Due to knowledge of Vedas, Brahmins were highly respected in the past. They were called gods of the earth, Bhusur. Even kings worshipped them. 3 great gods were under their control due to the strength of the Vedas. Indra and other gods were afraid of the Brahmins as they could turn a straw into a mountain and a mountain into a straw. Sri Vishnu also requested the Brahmins. In Kali Yuga, the Brahmins have given up the Vedic path and so their power is lost. They serve lower classes, sell Vedas. Though there are several parts of the Vedas, many parts are lost. You say that you know 4 Vedas, but do you know the end of any Veda? So do not persist for discussion. Better you go away from here. Do not waste your lives in vanity. The impudent Brahmins could not appreciate Sri Guru's advice and they still said, either discuss with us or give us a certificate to that effect. Sri Guru was enraged to see their attitude. He said, let it be as you desire. Just as a rat cuts the sides of a box of a serpent or a butterfly jumps on a lamp, you are digging your own grave. Chapter number 27. Harijan becomes a learned Brahmin. Sree Guru saw a man passing by. He asked his disciples to call him. He was a Harijan. He bowed to Sree Guru and prayed for liberation. Sree Guru gave a stick to a disciple and asked him to draw several parallel lines. On doing this, Sree Guru asked the Harijan to cross a line. The Harijan crossed the first line, and Sree Guru asked him who he was. He said he was a Kirat. On crossing the second line, he had more knowledge. On crossing the third, he said he was a Gangasut, that is a boatman. On crossing the fourth, he became a Sudra. On crossing the fifth, he became Somdatta Vaishya. On crossing the sixth, he was a Kshatriya named Godavari. On crossing the seventh line, he said, I am a Brahmin. I know Vedas, Shastras, Vyakarna, and my name is Adhyapak, teacher. Sree Guru said, these two Brahmins have come to discuss Vedas, Shastras. You may discuss with them. So saying, he asked him to apply enchanted vibhuti to his body, due to which he looked more bright. Seeing this miracle, the Brahmins began to tremble with fear and started getting pain in the heart. They fell on the feet of Sree Guru and said, we are great offenders. Kindly forgive us and liberate us. You are incarnation of three gods and Guru of the world. Your greatness is indescribable. Sree Guru said, you have harassed Trivikram Muni and have committed many other offences. You will become Brahma Rakshasas and have to suffer for your sins. The Brahmins again entreated, how shall we be free from this worldly sea? Sree Guru, you shall be Brahma Rakshasa for 12 years. Narayan, a Brahmin, will come and advise you, and then your sins will be wiped off and you will be liberated. You go to the river now. The Brahmins went to the river. They had several heart pain and they died. They lived as Brahma Rakshasas, and after 12 years they were liberated. The Harijan Brahmin said to Sree Guru, I was a Brahmin, then how was I degenerated? What sins had I committed? Kindly enlighten me. Chapter 28. Advice of Karma Vipak to the Harijan. Sree Guru said, I will tell you the account of your past life. One gets birth as per one's good or bad actions. If Sudra enjoys with a Brahmin woman, he becomes a Chandal. Brahmins and persons of other castes are degenerated if they lead a faulty life. One who leaves his parents to grow and goes elsewhere, and who forsakes his wife becomes a Chandal. One who adores other deities, leaving one's family god, who speaks a lie, who kills animals, sells his daughter, takes Shudra's food, sells horses, enjoys with Shudra women, sets fire to the forest, separates a cow from its calves, rides on an ox, become a Chandal. A Brahmin, after going to a holy place, does not bathe there and does not observe 6 karmas. His first wife, being alive, marries with another and forsakes the first. Who enjoys with widows becomes degenerated. Similarly, one who breaks tanks and wells causes split in Brahmin's houses enjoys with wives of master, guru, or a friend, takes meals in the evening, runs away from the battlefield, leaving the master, tells Vedas to Sudras, does not observe Shraddha, anniversary of parents, etc., speaks about one's virtues, administers medicines without knowing the pulse, censors Hari and her, also gets birth in a Chandal family. One who learns mantras from Sudras, mixes water in cow's milk, becomes a dog. One who criticizes Vedas, disrespects Brahmins, suffers from stone in the bladder. One who causes abortions of women becomes neutral, and even if he has issues, they do not survive. One who steals gold suffers from Simples. He who steals book becomes a blind. One who steals at his friend's house suffers from glands in the neck. A thief of food articles suffer from tumor. One who takes away others' wife becomes a Brahma Rakshasa. One who takes away money offered to God becomes a leper. One who takes away money offered to God becomes a steals cow's milk becomes a leper. The bad results of adultery are given in Shanti Parva of Mahabharata. One who embraces others' wife becomes a dog for 100 lives, and then a serpent. On who sees the virgins of others' wife becomes blind. One who enjoys with a friend's wife or maternal aunt become a dog. If a Shudra enjoys with a Brahmin woman, both will become worms. Hearing this, Trivikram asked, if one has committed a sin, how can it be wiped off? Sree Guru, if there is real repentance, the sin is wiped off. Prayaschitas, purative acts are given in Karma Vipak as follows. Take Brahmanand, give cow with ornaments in charity to a Brahmin. If this is not possible, give money. If the sin is minor, then giving of a gold coin will suffice. If a man and his wife both have committed a sin, both should take Prashchita or recite Gayatri mantra 10,000 times or feed 12 Brahmins. Gayatri Krichra, Prajapati Krichra means to take meal once a day or take Madhukri, food alms taken at Brahmins, and have fast for 3 days. Mild sins are wiped off by this act. In Ati Krichna, take 15 morsels of food in the morning and 12 in the night, or take 8 morsels of Madhukari food each in the morning and in the night. Take ghee for 3 days and milk for 3 days. Live only on air for 3 days and then only milk for 3 days, and then take only milk for 21 days. A weak person can observe fast taking tea, good parched paddy, lahi in Parna Krichra, water in which leaves of certain trees are dipped, is to be taken. One should declare one's sin in meeting openly. Tirth Krichra means to go to a holy place. Take bath and recite Gayatri mantra for 1200 times. All sins are destroyed by doing this. Bath at Setubandh, wives of sin of killing a child in warm recitation of a crore of Gayatri mantra, wives of even the sin of a Brahmatya. Pauman Sukta Indra Mitra Sunat Sheep Apambandha Tadvishnuhu Purush Sukta from the Vedas will wipe off sins if recited daily. Taking of Pancha Gavya, mixture of 5 things, that is cow's milk, curd, ghee, cow's urine and dung, after repentance destroys sins committed due to ignorance. Brahmatya, drinking, enjoying with Guru's wife, theft of gold and cooperation in these crimes are the five great sins which are destroyed by the favor of Sree Guru. Sree Guru told the Harijan, you were a Brahmin, but you disregarded your parents and therefore you have become a Chandal. You bathe at the Sangam for a month and your sons will be wiped off. The Harijan said, a crow becomes a Rajhansa on going to the Manas lake. Similarly, I have been pure by your sight, darshan. How can the iron reform transformed into gold by the touch of Paras? Philosophers stone be iron again. Assimilate me now amongst the Brahmins. Sri Guru smiled and said, you are born in a low caste. How can you be a Brahmin without change of the present day? In the former times, Vishwamitra was born as a Kshatriya. By penance, he called himself a Brahmrishi. Indra and other gods said, if our Guru Vasishtha calls you Brahmrishi, we shall follow his verdict. Vasishtha did not address Vishwamitra as Brahmrishi. Vishwamitra was enraged and he killed 100 sons of Vasishtha and came to eat the flesh of the corpse. Thus the Bhasma touched the dead body of the Brahmin. He, being a sinner, was being taken by the Yamdutas. But as his body had the marks of Bhasma, Shivduts also came to carry him to Shiva's place. The Shivduts attacked the Yamdutas, who then left the Brahmin's corpse and complained to Yama, who came to the Shivduts and angrily asked them, why did you take that sinful Brahmin from my men? The Shivduts told him the body of the Brahmins and marks of Bhasma on it, and so as per Shiva's orders we are taking him to touch the body. With marks of Bhasma being satisfied, Yama then went away. Brahma Rakshasa said, when I was the king, I had constructed a tank in a forest and had given some land to the Brahmins. So, as told by Yama, I had the fortune to see you in this 25th life. Kindly tell me how Bhasma is to be applied and liberate me from the cycle of births and deaths. Vamdev said Sri Shankar had gone to Mandachal along with his Rudragan. Indra, Brahmdev, Vasishtha, Narada, Yaksh, Gandharva and Rishis also had come there to see Sri Shankar, who was seated on a beautiful throne having 7 backgrounds, all very bright and made of precious stones. He had the moon on his forehead, locks of hair on his head, Taksak on one ear and Vasuki on the other, and wreaths of serpents around his neck. He had a Trishul in one hand, Damru drum in the second, sword hands held different weapons. He was sitting with Parvati Devi, who was wearing rich clothes and ornaments. Sanat Kumar requested Sri Shankar to tell some means by which one could attain all the four Purusarthas. Sri Shankar said, have Tripundra, 3 lines on the forehead and apply Bhasma on the body. This will destroy all the sins such as taking the wealth of others, enjoying with others, wives, cajoling, giving false witnesses, stealing of cow, land, gold or till, selling milk, flesh, salt and doing adultery, etc. And after death one goes to heaven. Vamdev gave enchanted Bhasma to the Brahmarakshasa, who applied it to his body and had Tripundra on his forehead. He was at once transformed into a celestial person, and a plan descended to take him to the heaven. Though Bhasma had much greatness, the greatness of Sri Guru is still more, and so due to the favor of Vamdeva, the Brahm Rakshasas was liberated. Chapter number 29. The great power of Bhasma Vibhuti. Trivikram bowed to Sree Guru and asked, O Guru, how did the Chandal get knowledge and how did it vanish after the bath? Sree Guru said, he received knowledge when I sprinkled Vibhuti, the sacred ashes, on him. His knowledge disappeared when the ashes disappeared. One who applies Vibhuti will become pure and whole and get knowledge of Brahma. Then he narrates a story. In Kirtha Yoga, there was a Mahayogi named Vamdeva. He used to apply bhasma to his body. He was without pride and desire. Once he wandered into a forest named Kronchar- Kroncharnya. There a demon came to eat him, but as he held Vamdeva, some bhasma on Vamdeva's body rubbed off onto his body. As a result, the demon's sins were washed away and he received enlightenment. O Trivikarma, one's sins are washed away on one's coming into contact with a person of good character and integrity. The demon bowed to Vamdeva and prayed for redemption. Sri Guru asked the demon about him. The demon said, now I remember my 25 previous births, before which I was a king named Durjaya. I was a wicked king, harassed my citizens, including women, and drank alcohol. Due to all this, I had to go to hell and become a ghost for 100 years. Then I took birth as a dog, a jackal, and other animals. I was tired of all these births. Then I became a demon. Although I eat so many animals, I am still hungry, so I came to eat you. But the contact with your body has washed my sins away, have attained peace and acquired knowledge. O compassionate one, redeem me and explain to me how I attained knowledge due to contact with the bhasma on your body. Vamdeva said, the power of Bhasma is great and limitless. You touched my body on which I had applied the sacred ashes. With these words, he put the power of the Shiva mantra into the Bhasma and gave it to the demon to apply. The demon said, O Sri Jagatguru, I met you due to my good deeds in my previous birth. As a king, I had built a water tank and gave lands and cows to Brahmins. So now I have been rewarded, I have been purified. With these words, he applied bhasma to his body. On doing so, he immediately got a heavenly body. Vamdeva was an incarnation of Trimurti Dattatreya in form of a rishi. As a Jagatguru, he wandered from place to place to redeem humans. This demon bowed to Vamdeva and attained moksha. This was the story of Sri Guru told to describe the glory of Bhasma. The power of Bhasma is great. Even a demon was saved by it. But no mantra is successful unless it is blessed by a Guru. That's why they say no salvation is possible without the Guru. He is the liberator and the protector. So this video number 3 is completed. Reading for the third day, that is on Saturday. Every Saturday during Saptahik Prayana is completed. Thank you for watching this. Namaste, my dear friends. Thank you.